let me quickly break down this trade for you. So, and then as I mentioned that if I want the price to consolidate here a little bit and then we give a breakout, because that would be a valid setup. Price did do that. Price did break out. I entered here. It was an impulse entry right here because this zone was already tested. The price was already consolidating over here. So I entered over here, right? Price came up till here. I think just halfway through our target. Price was in a 1:1 risk to reward ratio. But then obviously it came back down. Now the price came down over here. It was retesting this level, which is fair enough. So till this happened, everything was fine, right? And what you need to do and what you need to improvise on your trade specifically is every single moment you should ask yourself, where is the point where it doesn't make sense for me to be in that trade anymore? Like, my entry was here, my stop loss was below here, that this was my stop loss. Now price went up, made a higher low, and then it started going higher. Now if the price breaks below this, it doesn't make sense for me to be in this trade, because the uptrend on the 1 minute time frame, or the setup on the 1 minute time frame, or even on the 5 minute time frame, if you look at it, if I delete these drawings and you go to the 5 minute time frame, even on the 5 minute time frame, the price made sort of a retest candle over here, and it did not make any sense for you to be in this trade below this particular level, because that would just change the structure and that would just send the price lower, and it would not make sense for you to be in this zone anymore. And this is why, guys, I repeat this all the time. This is one of the major reasons why I am able to profit from this strategy, why I'm able to be a profitable trader from this strategy, because when I lose, I don't lose them more than 1 to 1.5%. I always risk 2%, but I never lose 2%, because my strategy to trade my stop losses, my strategy to manage my risk aggressively is so good, is so well enough and so well defined that price is never able to take me out at 2%. And whenever I make money, I make 4%, I make 3%, I make 6%. And that helps me maintain a very good risk to reward ratio, right? Maintain a very good ratio where my profit factor is much higher. So this is one of the reasons I exited, because guys, I have always said this: 90% of the time when the price goes against you, 90% of the time when the price is moving against you, it will hit your stop loss. But what most people do is they just wait for the price to come to the stop loss, because they don't want to exit, and they don't want to accept that they are wrong. They don't want to accept that they could be potentially wrong. And there's no shame in accepting that you're wrong, because the faster you accept you were wrong, the faster you can get out of the market and take a smaller loss, right? And that's exactly what I did. So again, I'm going to share my orders with you guys as well. I exited here with my stop loss right here, and as you can see, even if I did not exit, the price would have come down rapidly and took out my stop loss. So either ways, I personally feel money saved is money earned. So I did save around 1% on this particular trade, because I lost only 1%. So that was a pretty fair and decent trade. And I don't think this was an invalid trade. I think this was a pretty valid trade. However, this is normal to happen. It's a Thursday, of course. And also, was this an A plus setup? No, this was not an A plus setup, and that is why I risked very less amount of money on this particular trade as well. So 2 reasons to not risk 2% was: first, it was Thursday; second, it was not an A plus setup. So I risked very low amount, and even on that low amount, I saved half of my losses. So this is the way, guys, you have to look at markets. You have to ask yourself, is this an A plus setup? You have to ask yourself, is this a good day to trade? You have to ask yourself, am I going to risk 2%? Am I going to risk 1%? And if the trade goes in my favor and makes me money, would I be proud of it? So if the trade went in favor and made me money, I would personally be not very proud of it. I would be very neutral about it potentially, because it was not an A plus setup. If an A plus setup goes and hits my take profit, I would be satisfied with that. So these are just few psychological points that go through my head whenever I take a loss, or whenever I'm about to take a particular trade. And I'm sure if you implement this might help you as well. Now again, I'm done with gold. Now even if it fucking goes here and makes an all-time high, I don't give a shit. I don't care, because my setup was invalidated. I had a valid setup, I took the trade, it was invalidated, and now whatever the price does, I don't really care. Guys, that was it. Have a good day.